All right, so we've covered arithmetic sequences, we've covered geometric sequences, we covered arithmetic means. Now we're going to cover arithmetic series. So arithmetic series is really, really similar, and it's connected to the sequences. Essentially, you're just adding up all the numbers in an arithmetic sequence. Okay, let's take a look. So here's your textbook definitions. A series is formed when the terms of a sequence are added. Number, 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 you add all those numbers together. The difference for an arithmetic series is just you're using an arithmetic sequence. And then whenever you have a certain number of terms, so let's say, oh, you only want to add up the first 6 boxes, or you only want to add up the first whatever, that's going to be a partial sum. So that's going to be adding up a partial amount of the total. This formula right here, I highlighted it. That's going to be your arithmetic series formula. So the formula is really a shortcut. I'm going to show you the long way right now in the first example, and then show you how much easier it is to use the formula. This formula is used when you know your n, so your number of terms, your a1, which is your first term, and your an, which is whatever your nth term is. There is another formula if you only know a1, n, and d, and we'll cover that in a little bit, okay? Okay, so let's take a look. We have a friend. We can call him Bob. We can honor Bob Saget with him. Okay, so let's say he has a performance at this theater, and that it says our A1 is 31. So this one right here, A1 is 31. So what that means is there are going to be 31 people in the first row. And then AN, so our nth row, n is 6. We can see that n is 6 is right here. In the 6th row, there's going to be 66 people. So this is row 1. This is row 6. So that's all we know. We know the first row. We know the 6th row. And then we essentially the series is going to be adding up all those different rows. So let's say they need a special seat cover or, whatever. Then we'll be able to know exactly how many seats there are total for those 6 rows. Okay, so in order to figure out how many are in between, we need to continue the pattern. This is kind of like the arithmetic mean, how we're going to be finding these missing numbers in between. But it's going to be an extra step on top of that because we're going to be adding it all up now. Okay, so I will use the same method that we did for arithmetic mean. We use our formula. A of n equals A of 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So I'm going to go ahead and replace with what I know. So 66, 31, 6, and we're looking for d. So I'm going to go ahead and do the easiest part. 6 minus 1 is going to be 5. Subtract 31. That's going to give you 35. So your d is 7. So that means for every row, you're going to be adding 5. Okay, so I know the first one's 33, and I know the last row is going to be 66. So we're going to do plus 7, plus 7, plus 7, plus 7. And we know it's a plus 7 because our d is 7. That's what we just solved in that last equation. Really similar to the geometric mean that we just did. But like I said, we're going to add an extra step after. It's going to be 40, 47, 52. Wait. 3. I think I did that wrong. Oh, that's what I did wrong. My first number is wrong. Okay, so I have 31 plus 7 is 38. Plus 7 is going to give me 45. Plus 7 is going to give me 52. Plus 7 is going to give me 59. And then I get 66. Okay, so that would be your sequence. For the arithmetic series, you're going to add up all those numbers. So it's going to be 31 plus 38 plus 45 plus 52 plus 59 plus 66. So get my handy dandy calculator. 31 plus 38 plus 45 plus 52 plus 59 plus 66. That's going to give you 291. That's how many seats you have. Let's say you need to buy seat covers for all of them. That's how many you're going to buy. Okay, so that was a lot of steps to find how many add up. Let's try our formula and see how much easier it is. So I'm going to rewrite what we know. So A1 is equal to 31. AN is equal to 66. So these are exact same numbers as on top of the screen right now. I'm just going to rewrite them so when I lower the screen, we can see it. Okay, and I know I shared the formula earlier. I'm just going to write it again. So our nth term is equal to n times lower that a little bit, n times A1 plus AN divided by 2. Okay. So all this stuff I already know. So S of n is equal to 6 times 31 plus 66 divided by 2. So we're going to solve inside the parentheses. So inside the parentheses, we're going to add on top before we can do our division, because this will essentially be another little parentheses. So 31 plus 66 gives me 97. Divided by 2 gives me 48.5. Multiply that by 6, and we get, and that matches. Way less steps. We literally had one formula. That's just simplification right there versus all of these steps. First, I had to find D, then I had to find all of the numbers in the sequence, and then I had to add them together. Like I said before, 6 numbers adding up is really easy. When you're adding up in the hundreds, that's, you're in a whole different ball game. So